A testing, a 1, 2, 3. A testing, a 1, 2, a 3. Help us improve, creator. No thanks. Hi. Hello. Hi. It's me, a B-dubs. You're all here. Welcome to the live stream about Minecraft.com. Now would be a good time to insert ads. No. Not right now. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I don't care. I'm kidding. I really care. I don't know if I like streaming so late. Maybe I do. Maybe I like it. It's late at night. I think I like it. It's crazy. I'm crazy. You're here at the start for the first time ever. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Allison's hi, welcome. Whoa, 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 whoa. 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 Hey, there? Better? Woo, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Why am I mad at that? Don't do that again. Ever. It's 3 a.m. for you? I'm so sorry. Blue Dog. 77 months. The Luka Doncic. Stealing my money for 75 months. You gotta be kidding me. Get him out. Get him out of here. Just pranking. What am I mad about? Oh, I don't think I'm live streaming today. I don't think I'm live streaming. We're going to give it a minute. I've got a weird theory. Well, I think I'm live streaming, but we'll see. I don't deal with technical issues, and already we've dropped 1,400 frames. I don't know if the audio's lagging out or just the visuals. One technical difficulty. Done. Done. There we go. Dropping frames again. There's no reason that should be happening. Just visual so you can hear. Okay, that's good. So, it should be 0 drop frames. But I'll do something. I love doing these things. In the middle. Okay. We're lowering the bit rate. It's still... We'll see if that midstream bit rate lower helps. Sorry. They're looking fine to you. I'm just seeing it's dropping down to the red. I have a theory that I've got some wires that are like underground and spliced, and whenever it's raining or the sprinklers are on, maybe they kind of don't. That sounds stupid now that I say it out loud. Maybe the internet gets a little slow because they're like, oh, we're all soaking wet. Maybe. Yeah, I lowered the bit rate, and it should still be crystal clear like you've never seen because we're in the crystal clear AV1 format. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If you heard that, that was my stomach. I was supposed to eat before. this, and I didn't. Whoops. What is with the gift membership gifting? So nice. Hayek, thank you so much for gifting. It's so sweet of you. Callie Parsnips, thank you so much for the 17 months beat-ups. You're the GOAT. I'm so excited for Survival of the Fittest. I'm so glad. Feather, you made it. 21 months. Welcome. Welcome here today. A little 9 o'clock dinner. Listen, when you got to keep the physique just right, you gotta do some weird things. Unfortunately, my physique is currently not just right. Okay. I think we've stopped dropping frames. There's a lip schmack for you. You watched me get sniped in Survival of Fittest? Then you haven't watched Season 2. So glad you're here. I'm so glad everyone's here. Things are looking nice and smooth with that bit rate lower. Perfect, smart, wise move by me. Lower the bit rate just a bit. Get a snack? No, I won't eat on camera. No. But maybe. Today, I've been really looking forward to doing this. What's up, Mojis? Madam Commander! Yeah, you've been around since Survival of the Fittest for sure. Today, we're going to work together. Work together a little bit, and we're going to brainstorm a little bit, and we're going to see how close. I'm calling this Survival of the Fittest because I want it to have the same spirit as the event that I made 12 years ago called Survival of the Fittest. But it cannot be the same. There are mods that are very old that have not, like the helicopter mod. I would say, I mean, I haven't played a whole lot of all the mods out there, but I don't know if I ever saw a mod as good. That plane and helicopter mod was so good. And this was 12 years ago. You get in the thing and you felt like you were playing a different game. It was so good. And then you could have passengers shooting the guns off of other helicopters and stuff. It was unbelievable. There were parachutes. There was, you could go prone. You could climb up walls. There are just a lot of things. And obviously there were guns as weapons. These are all things that we won't be able to do. But the spirit of Survival of the Fittest was allow the opportunity for moments to happen. Create opportunities for moments, memorable moments to happen. Moments that people will, creators like all the hermits will experience, and you as the viewers will remember them. And I think that will be, that'll come from tension, allowing, creating moments of tension, but also striking visuals. And so we're going to work on some of that today. The darkness was so fun. That was another thing, is I had the darkness, the gamma lowered during night to where if somebody's walking around with a torch so they could see at night, they were very much illuminated. Did I watch Wemby last night? If so, any thoughts? Phoenix Flames. Okay, a little bit of basketball talk, everybody. Just real quick. Yes, I did. And that's all. I'm dropping frames. I'm dropping frames. I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm just kidding. I did watch Wemby last night. Wemby was, you definitely knew you were seeing a star in the making there when in that game last night. That was unbelievable. Not graceful. Michael Jordan was beautiful and graceful as he played. Watching him play was like watching a ballet almost. Wemby is like watching fifth grade soccer. He doesn't move great. He moves very not great. But you can't argue with the results. Great results. What is causing this? I'll close everything. Oh, I don't want to close everything. I really like... Okay, I'll close that. I'll close that. Oh, I'll close that. Oh, close that. Okay, I'm closing a lot of windows here. That's good for me. Good me. I keep a lot of windows open. Okay, well, hopefully we don't run into a whole lot more of the frame dropping. Let's get into this. Let's get into a little bit of Minecraft. And right now we're just in creative so we can discuss a couple things, okay? Sometimes certain voice inflections I do remind you of Michael Scott. I'm sure I picked up a lot from The Office. Yeah, isn't that funny how we do? We'll leave just tabs open forever. We'll leave tabs open forever and be like, I'm gonna watch that one day. If you haven't watched it, that's it. Okay. First of all, I'm gonna show a couple things because maybe there's some blending of things that we can do. Okay, these are things that I've never shown on camera. Viwikiki, thank you for the 38 months. After your announcement, I went and watched both series in one day. Wow, awesome. I went back and watched some of it. It's definitely from the era of like, we get in, we hit record, and we go. You know, that's the era. So there's quite some lulls in there in the old survival of the fittest, but still some moments. So I mentioned in my last Hermitcraft video that I was thinking about making like a French chateau as my base, like a mega base project. And so I spent quite a few days on this. And I was really getting to a point that I was like, ooh, this feels nice. This feels really cool. Like really cool roof design. I think I kind of nailed this look where you have the keystones on the corners of buildings. I think that looked pretty cool. I think I was really, and using like mossy cobblestone and lichen and stuff, created like a color you don't usually see in Minecraft. So it was like, wow, that is looking really cool. But then I'm like, well, no, let's do survival of the fittest instead. So it doesn't necessarily mean we have to abandon this build style, but maybe it will get saved for another time. Why am I not using my Twitch account? I'm having a hard enough time just doing this. But also dual streaming. I like streaming to YouTube because this is just where I'm at all the time. But also dual streaming, I can't use a crystal clear AV1 format. So I'd have to use a different streaming format, different bit rates, and yeah, it gets a little convoluted. I had this version as well that was a little simpler. I didn't really like go to town on the details with it, but these are cool. I'm liking these. I think they're cool looking and they might get some use somewhere else. This is something when I was trying to work out what I was going to do for Hermitcraft base was this, and I was literally, this is when the shelves came out. And I was like, how can I use them? What are all the ways I can use them? And I found that railings, they work very nicely for railings. Just trying to use them in as many ways as possible. And I think it kind of adds to the detail in something like this. But I was literally just working on this, which I really like. Yellow's tough to build with. Yeah. I like this a lot, though. I think it's striking. I just didn't go hard on the details. I kind of bounced. But I really like yellow as a building. But these bushes, I love these. I love what's happening. This is not survival of the fittest. This is just Minecraft. But I just put like this stuff back here. Oh no! And then this. And I'm wondering, let's mess around with this just for a second. Just for a brief second. Bush. And carpet. Couple of these things. That was fast. Why was that so fast? Could this fluff it a little bit? Ooh, this could actually, yeah, help blend things a little bit. Hiya! Bush gone. That's cool looking. Those are very bright, though, those grass blocks. So maybe it's all bushes. Maybe. It's cool. It gives just a little impression of like rose bushes or little flower bushes. And I like that. So, but with survival of the fittest, I think, oh, I got to change this F3 thing. Hold on. Sorry. Well, actually, we'll, I've made a driving range. Okay. I'm very excited for Cubs golf on the server, and I was working some things out. Maybe we'll work some things out. We'll mess with this a little. Yeah, no, right now. I was measuring my yardages, okay? And I've got some sneaky stuff in here, okay? Cuz I think with the golf Cubs golf, if you can nail a yardage just like in real golf, you're going to do pretty well. So, this is the wedge, the iron, and the driver. And then you have the ender pearl. So I've got this dialed to where the ender pearl, if I have it at 35 degrees, which is right here. Can you see that? Right there. 35 degrees, I'll go 50 blocks, roughly. So I know if I need 50 blocks, 35 degrees. So I'm going to name my clubs. Or I'll just take notes, you know. My wedge, a full wedge goes 150 blocks. And a full wedge for me is, again, like 33. So this should land me at about 150. 150. Yeah. So, and then my driver, and I really like worked on the timings, and I think even if I like try to time it even more perfect, like get them even farther, I don't think that matters. I think it matters more. So a full one should go 260. A full 35 should go like 260. We'll see. Science. So if I just can know my angles, yeah, that's like 250, 255, 260. if I can know my angles and my distances, it could be great. It could be the golf with Cub could be awesome. Okay, but anyway. So these are just some buildings. Okay, they might get used. I am still like kind of thinking about like what the build style and what the theme of Survival of the Fittest is going to be. Crispy, welcome to the Peepers. And Otter Tunes, welcome to the Peepers. I'm not going to call you out. That ain't going to happen. I'm just going to be silent and be like, yep, you're here for the first time ever. Survival of the Fittest is basically Minecraft. Drop into a map, loot, get loot, be the last one standing. Everybody try to take each other out. That's the goal. Oh, Peeper not Sleeper. Oh, it's an upgrade. What a jerk. What a jerk. Bad boy. I'm sorry. Thanks for upgrading if you did. So old survival games, yes, but I think I had a twist on it that I think I had a twist on it, and my twist was that it's created to make moments happen as frequently as possible. And I think if I keep that at the forefront, then that could end up being, we could have a really good result. I'm just flying through here to see if we get any inspiration. I think, I could do my trucks. I don't think it's the time for the trucks. Maybe. This has always been interesting to me. This is like, I'm not sure what this is, but it's cool. It's got a vibe. I don't know if I've ever shown this. That's pretty good. I'm proud of that. These are just things that I've worked on in the past and not done in video. And I should. Why is this not in a video? Am I the beat eater guy? Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm more than just a beat eater. Get them out of my life. That's pretty cool. But I'm not thinking Gothic style for this. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure the build style, and I don't even know if it necessarily even needs to have like a specific, like locked in, like style, theme, cyberpunk, steampunk, something like that. I think it can just exist. It can be buildings. I would love if the weapons kind of tied in closely to like, oh, we use swords and shields. That lends itself to medieval. But anyway, the way Survival of the Fittest started was that we were in helicopters. Mods, 1700s America, yeah, maybe. Mods would fly us in planes over different locations, maybe 3 or 4 different locations around the map. And then we would deploy. We would jump out of parachutes and kind of float to a loot spot. So that's how we randomly dispersed. And this is, again, a opportunity for a moment to happen to where Maybe everybody all goes in separate directions and there's no early conflict, but maybe a couple people kind of clump together and there's very early conflict and somebody could be out like that. High stakes. Ancient Roman, can't touch it. Can't touch it. Corrales is Roman man. Where's always? What's always? Aha. Okay. And that was player position, I think. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna let Corrales have that. But instead of helicopters, we can't have helicopters. And I was thinking, oh, happy gas. Maybe we could fly happy gas and then jump off of them. I'm not completely sure yet, but I think there could be a chance that one of the happy gas would fly down into the map and then somebody grab it and use it. And I don't want it. I'm not opposed to happy gas being in this. I think there's big risk reward with that, but I do think that they are, if they're just around and one just flew in and you were able to just hop on it, I don't love that. So what I'm thinking is that maybe we have some floating islands. The benefit of floating islands could also be, a couple floating islands for strategic launch points into the map, like starter islands you jump off of. But then maybe a couple other bigger floating islands that create like some dark, dangerous area below. So a little bit of verticality. Maybe. Happy gas harness plus chest boat, roaming loot box that people can jump on. Oh, that people can't jump on. Maybe. Yeah. Flying machine might be better than gas. Yeah, could. Jacob went back and rewatched Survival of the Fittest over the weekend. Good memories. Excited for the next chapter. Awesome. But let's just, for the sake of testing out this option, let's get a go away. Let's make a floating island, which I haven't really done before. Sphere. Red wool. That's maybe even a little big. I'm thinking of like starter island thing. So let's make it like that. Let's then make it like that. And then chop off a top. Wow, there's new stuff here. Blend tool. I found something. Hold on. What does this do here? What does blend do? Oh, it does blend. Oh, I like that. And then there's strength, spread distance. This is Axiom, by the way, if you're wondering. Spread warp. Blend warp? Oh, cool. Okay, that's a cool new toy. Okay, I want slope. Actually, I've got a better idea. Elevation. Load height map. Screen went away. It's gone. It's gone. Are you guys there? What do you see? What do you see? Where's the axiom? Schematics. Flashback. Config. Axiom. Height maps. Real world. I found what I'm looking for. Okay. Sorry. You see confused man. Okay. Whoa. Did I lose it? I lost it. There we go. Okay. So what if... I know this sounds... This is crazy, but what we're going to do is build it upside down. What is this? Oh, it's capping because of the height, I bet. Let's put it to like 200. Put some cones in. Cone. Cone. Smaller. This is this takes a lot of thinking. Okay. Oh, I wish I did that over there. I think I lost it. No, that's okay. Okay. I might have to blend that. But it's okay. Blend? Where's blend? Fluid. Melt. Weld. I don't know. We're just going to get some random shapes in. We could pertify this later, you know. Just get rid of the circle shape. Okay. And then if we select this whole thing, select, cut, rotate like that. And then, ooh, I put, oh, that grass was down there. And then now, only red. We're masking only red blocks? Oh, but air. Erase it! What am I doing wrong? Oh, lower. Raise and lower. Lower. That's pretty cool. Just rough shape. For a rough shape for a floating island. And then what would be a good, like, I guess melt again? And then smooth. It's not awful. Not awful shape. Yikes. You get 3 or 4 people starting on an island this size. That could be cool. Wait, is Simo the creator of the hit Roblox game Jailbreak? Is a B-Dubs fan? Yeah. He's here. He's here. Oh, Etho's Enderpearl launcher to launch people? B-Dubs, the people want you to turn on donos again? What does that mean? Like have a turn on donos? What, like a donation link? I'm just here for a good time, not for a money time. I turned it off for charity. That's right. I'm missing out on big bucks. Big money. I don't know how. I don't know how, but I will figure it out. They're back. Turn on gifts on live stream. Let your fans join the fun and be a part of your stream by sending gifts. You earn rubies each time you received a gift. Get started. Accept. All right. Sorry, guys. I mean, thanks. Thank you. Thank you so much for even caring to want to do that. That's cool. I mean, it needs, it needs some love, but man, even, ooh. That was easy. That was easy and, looks cool. It looks cool. So I like that option. I like that option. Okay. let's do select, copy, save blueprint, floating island. Tags, floating. Now just save it. Save it in blueprints. Okay. And then let's also just for fun, let's bring this house over. Or this building. And we'll bring these into the Hermitcraft map. Enter, copy. Oh, I blew it. I had the mask on. I blew it. Obsolete. Thank you for the $5 for inspo. In Magic the Gathering, there is a plane called Zendikar that has a ton of floating islands, but also your flair has its own charm too. Thank you very much for that suggestion. I'll take a look at that. Time to make B-dubs rich. $2 at a time. Wow. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Genuine. Anybody notice genuinity? Very genuine, Eden. Eden. It's my daughter. It's her birthday coming up soon. What would this be called? I don't know. Just for right now. Wow, flow state. Why flow state? Flow state. Flow state. Wow, thank you for the 10. Thank you for the 19.99. You'll speak even when spoken to. Oh, is my ringtone. That's funny. My husband just poked his head in awe that you were up. What you were up to, B-dubs, and he said, he's not very exciting, is he? Guess I need to get back to watching your episodes. What? Poked his head in to see what you were up to and said he's not very exciting. Wow, thank you so much for sending $10 along with that message that depressed me. Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you for depression and $10. Lovely. Okay, we're going to go over to the world here. Creative test world. Did I redline? Shah! That's exciting. You want to talk about exciting? That's exciting. Okay. Voxy enabled. It is. Oh, brother. Okay, here we go. Thank you for the $4.99. DeWalter, Milwaukee. What's my brand? Sierra Trading Post brand? Hercules? I think that's my brand. Something nice and cheap. Let me refresh this page. Connect your encoder to go live. Oh, good. There we go. All right. So this is our area where we're going to be making this, building this. Not very excitingly, of course. Harbor Freight. That's it. Harbor Freight. That's the place. That's our base. This is a creative world. Penguin, thank you very much for the $19.99. Just wanted to thank you for doing what you do, B-dubs. My sister and I watch you together. You're our favorite hermit and live series player. Can't wait to see your finished HC project. Thank you very much, Peter and Ingrid. Thank you very much for those kind words. Let's import an island. Shall we? Wait, can I just import this building right now? Yes. Paste copy. Rotate. Paste copy. Rotate. Paste copy. This is random. But it's just giving a feel for scale. Okay, and then now let's load up. Where is blueprints? Blueprint browser. Oh yeah, I've got this very nicely organized. Very good. Very good and organized and small. It's there. I did it. I did it. Paste copy. I'm seeing so much yellow over there. Thank you very much for yellow. Paste copy. Whoa, wee, wow. Why that color? Why like that right now? Enter. You wouldn't dare. Oh, it's there. It's just not rendering. Okay. Enter. They're all going to look the same right now, but this is just for scale ideas. Just to get an idea of the scale and what they do. Because I think floating islands, so I'm not throwing out the automatic elevator idea. That's fun. But maybe an automatic elevator that takes you up. With every reward, there has to be risk. And so like the happy gas is slow. You know, that's the risk. So if you start here, I mean, I won't maybe not start right above the island. Slow. Slow falling. Potion. No. Slow falling. How far could I get? Because you want to have like a nice spread. Or at least the option of that. Not very far. And that's long. That lasts a long time. Wind charge launcher? Ooh. Okay. Hold on. Got a milk. Because wind charges, you don't take damage, right? 40 durability, elytra. See that? Nah. That's just going to be, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. It would definitely work. I think it is like, it's great and it would probably work perfect, but like getting them would be tough. I'm going to run out right when I get this milk. Pearls, yeah, I don't know. Survival. You guys. Wind charge. Would need slow folly potion too. Where's this? I'm so mad. You. I don't think there's a... Well, this takes you back. Here's a little trip down memory lane. I think the portal was here. Yeah. Don't you know who you're dealing with? But wait, I thought wind charge doesn't... What is this? Oh, I was working on a shop. Let's see, what did I have for interior? That's pretty. I gave up. Well, I put it on back burner. So hold on. Wind charge. I've been launched from a wind charge before. Look at that. Look at that mess. And not taking damage? Why did I take damage here? Thanks, Hayek. Thank you so much for the 5. Thank you. Mert Mashal, thanks so much for the 20. B-dubs, man, I haven't watched you in years, since the Nobody Epic Rap Battle days. Your voice gives me so much nostalgia. I'm definitely about to binge your YouTube. I'm so glad you're still doing it. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Thanks for the gift and the fine, very nice words. All right. Yeah, I know I'm doing something wrong there. And I'm sure you guys told me. I'll figure that out. But still, that didn't give like a good spread. I fell there. So I got to work out something so people can kind of like, if you're there, and they could go higher maybe to like out here, you know, 100 blocks or so would be good. Camps with beds. Yeah, Ethos launching system, I think, is like configurable. So that could be good. That could be good. Wind charge launchers. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. Soulfall potion. Yeah. Ethos system needs Elytra. Cubs golf. Oh, yeah. Could work. It's not, I mean, even if it's like, there might be things that I find through this that they're just not possible, you know. And this might be one of those things. But we'll see. We'll see. I want to do, this is a visual thing I want to do as well. And for a lot of the technical things, there's not a whole lot that I need to do technically, I don't think. Like a loot system. Ideally automatic. And then like random drop. I'll explain it in a second, but I want to kind of do something here that I'm thinking. I'm thinking visually, whoops, already got that. Any, those, and that. Any. And air. In the center, or at some point in the center, having like a field of poppies. No. Or air and grass below. What does that look like? And I'm just messing with the, forget the scale and everything. What's the movie? David? Is David the movie? Where David and Goliath are fighting, and they're fighting over a field of poppies. And I think it looks really cool. I think it's a very cool, striking visual. And so having an area that's like open, you can see people, because all of these things, Life Series, UHC, all of these things, they come down to two people. And you got to meet somewhere, to do it. Something like this could be cool. Poppies and maybe a few roses. Rose bush bottom. We'll make that like 10%, 80%, and then crimson 10% as well. And then we'll just turn it to white noise. Should have done bigger brush. There's more variation there. That looks cooler. Yikes. 15.85. And then new mask, it would have to be air and rosebush lower half below. Whoops. And that puts the tops on all the rose bushes. I think that's the only way to do that. Could finesse it. Could try to finesse it. That's cool looking, though. That's cool. It's more green than I thought it would be. That didn't work. That didn't work at all. But we can get an idea for the feel. Yeah, so when you're in here, when it's this dense, you actually can't see. Very good. You almost can hide a little bit. That's kind of cool. What build style did I land on? I haven't landed on a build style yet. Yeah, that's cool. But it could be a different color. It could be yellow or something striking, you know. What are we doing so far? Just throwing a lot of stuff at the wall right now. Just throwing tons and tons of things at the wall, and just to get. I figured it'd be fun if together we could see if anything sticks, you know. No, you're not dreaming, Wowza. 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 Hey, thanks for the 20 again. Loving the hair, by the way. Sick curls. Works really well, Big Dog. Thank you very much. Hope you get some more basketball talk someday. Your 2K series got me to go from casual to regular watcher of the NBA. That's awesome. That's really great to hear. Yeah, NBA playoffs are in full effect right now, and it is, I'm recording the Cavs and Knicks game that I'm going to watch after this, and I'm excited and happy. Happy boy. I think that the other thing that I wanted to do was bring buildings in here. Jacob, thank you very much for the 20. Number one comfort streamer. Take my money. Thank you very much. I want to bring these buildings in here because I believe that they're small. And I just wanted to feel what they feel like in here. I do like the darkness that these provide, these islands. That's a cool floor. Good me. That's what I was doing, a floor in there. That's cool. Maybe a little big. It's like 4 of those take up quite a bit of space, I feel like. Not so bad. Not so bad. But like here, these super small buildings, you pack like a whole village in there? Yeah, I don't know. I got to really work out the scale and also create like areas of cover that you can kind of hide around in. But for the loot system, hey, B-Dubs, love your videos. I genuinely view each one as a work of art. Also, what is your outro music? It's really pretty. Jack, thanks for the $4.99. I'm not sure. It's something from Epidemic Sound, and because I pay them a portion of my money every month, I am not paying very much attention to who the artist is. And I should do that because artists are people too. It would take a lot for me to find out who, but I'll start putting that in the description. Somebody from Epidemic Sound. Loot system. I'm thinking that it should be, this will be simple. This will be easy. A baby could do it, I think. What game is this? Looks cool. It is Minecraft, Cloudos. Hey, Cloudos. This is called Minecraft. Why you do that? Epic loot. Not epic loot. Okay loot. Okay loot. Minus. And stuff to survive. So tier it like that. So if you see this chest, it's kind of like a dopamine hit. Where you're like, oh, yes. Yes, I have found something. I'm thinking that's how we'll do that. I'm going to have to manually like balance out all of the loot. which will require a lot of testing and getting people's opinions. How valuable is a spear? How valuable is a saddle? How valuable is a Sharpness 5 book? Thank you very much for the $4.99, Michael Martino. Michael D. Martino. 1204 says, let's all donate and make B-dubs rich together. Don't do that. Don't do that. So, I have two options here. Van Santa, thank you for the 10. He says playfully, don't do that. I have two options with this. My options are to manually go through, assume that we're only going to do this event once, and then just manually go through and fill all the chests myself. Or assume that we'll do it a couple times and hook up like a system that like randomly dispenses loot into these. So send 5 signals from this, dispense 5 things. System for sure? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Multiple times, surely. It'll be very interesting to see, because this is one of those things like Etho and I were talking about. The hermits really don't do a lot of PvP stuff. And I think part of the reason why we don't is because we know it's not interesting, because we will know who will win. If I PvP Gem, it won't be interesting. If I PvP Joel, it won't be interesting. Pearl, it won't be interesting. I'll wipe the floor with Etho. I'll throw him around like a rag doll. But with this, my hope, my goal is that the loot dispersion will be so much that it'll cause an RNG event to happen within the PvP, to where these great players, great PvPers, might not be as geared out as Corrales, who has Protection 5 iron armor or something. So my hope is that that will make it not only more interesting when it comes to combat, but also more interesting when it comes to watching the whole video and finding out what people have and how they got it. That's the thought. Protection 5, wow. Yeah, maybe, probably not. Maybe not. Like, there was a moment several seasons ago where I think Grian and somebody else were trying to hunt down Corrales, and Corrales had just like Protection 5 armor on everything. It might be nerfed now, but they couldn't kill him, no matter what. 2 people. They couldn't kill him. So definitely would want to avoid that. Combat should be to a balance to where people could escape and recover, but unlikely. And also not instant. I hate the instant, like pop, 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 you're dead. Hate that. But maybe not maybe not possible to control entirely. But yeah, could do something like that as far as the loot. And then another thing I want to have is then dispersed around the map. Although I do like the I do like the an unofficial Jeff raid. Hey, an official Jeff raid. That Happy Gas idea with them floating around, that's cool. That's cool. I'm flying so fast. That could be a great idea. I never thought of that. Thank you for being a human and telling me that idea. Beacon, Bijou. So piston. Oh, I know how to do chunk loaders now. I'm a chunk load boy. So piston. Well, yeah. So this would have to be chunk loaded with an inner pearl. But from a distance, all of a sudden you'd see that. And that would be a signifier of really great top tier loot, which I think can be seen from all over the place. So that would draw people in, and that would force, in a way, combat. To where, okay, somebody's out here looting something, and I don't know exactly where the chest would be. Like, what, lower this whole thing. No, the chest would have to be hidden. Maybe it would be like, this is open, and it's an area where you could parkour something, and it's impossible to do until this beacon is lit, and then a piston pushes a block that makes it possible, or something like that. I don't know. To where you could reach it. But yeah, that's an idea. That's an idea, and I think that would be really cool. A way to kind of force people to fight. TNT? If it was a one-time thing, TNT. I haven't dropped any frames. Praise the Lord. These would be great. These would be really good. Gotta have these, and maybe have them common. Or a little more common. You can see players from very far away. I just love the visual. I think it's great. Imagine in a video you're going like this, and then boom, you see somebody up there. That's cool. That's cool. I'm going to make these common. Do any hermits have Optifine? Unfortunately, I think everybody's kind of moved away. I loved Optifine because it was all your optimization and visual optimizations all in one thing. It had fog distance. It had connected textures, other things. The ability to do like random textures and editing entities and all that stuff. Boy, that was loud. It was all in one thing, but from what I was finding, there was a period where they were having a really hard time. They were having a really hard time with all the updates. So it was like we were just waiting. And in the meantime, if you go with Fabric, you have like 20 different mods to make the same thing Optifine is, but it's fast. It's much faster. So yeah, not doing as much. Thanks you for the 30.99, Big Betty. Hello, B-Dubs. It is I, Big Betty, me, and best friend Zen. Love your videos so much. You are the GOAT, and we love you. Thank you very much for that. That is a very kind message and a very generous donation, and I appreciate it very much. Here's another thought that I have. I'm thinking several towns where people can loot in. 6, maybe? Hello, dog. But in these towns, I will have to do some science. And this science will go like so. Like so. There will be I don't know if this is going to be possible. Basically, I can do this. Maybe this isn't even necessary. And that'll be waterlogged, all right? But, so you can't hear it, but at nighttime, take all the lights out. Make it dark. Something like that. So it would need some finesse. And it would need to go on a longer... Let's go back to noon. It would need to be on a longer delay. But, like, if you're walking... I'm picturing if you're walking through an area at nighttime looting... lights come on in the city. So that's another thing that could give away position and draw people to you. But it would have to be finessed. With the copper bulb, it would stay on. Yeah. I'm thinking something like one specific sensor in a specific area that would read and then turn the lights on for like a minute or 30 seconds. So it's not necessarily the footsteps. I had footsteps that people could track. So behind you would be footsteps. People could track that. That never ended up working out. But it would be some sign of life in an area. Modless. As modless as possible. I mean, I got like 1,000 mods right now, but they're all performance and visual. Similar system to Ethos pop-up villagers? Yeah. I'll just go over and snag that. Campfire smoke, that's another thing I was thinking. Like, if I do like an more industrial area, campfire smoke, or hay bale, gay bale, hay bale. There we go. Okay. Hay bale underneath, and then it gets higher. So if the smoke, remember how I did that on my last season for my mailbox? If there's mail, there's real big. I think that plume, let's see where that renders from. When does that stop rendering for us? Ooh, that's pretty far. That's far enough, I think. All the way over here? Oh, that's cool. Okay. That's cool. Give me back my periscope. Yeah, so if that was up high, like on in a chimney or something, that could be a big giveaway. Coliseum? Ooh, a Coliseum could be cool. Yeah, I like that idea. I mean, there's some things where it's like, you don't want to assume that all the hermits are watching the videos, you know, and that they know how everything works. So I think more of just like an on-off would be more obvious. And then maybe it's check out perception. Turn off Voxy. Yeah, because not everybody uses it. Yeah. This is like 28 render distance, which I think is very common for the hermits. And I think everything is still in range. So that's good. And actually looks much better. I don't think I like Voxy. Will dispensers light a campfire? Yes, they will. Yeah, but you can easily do it with piston covering it or something. Campsite mechanic, gain regen buffs, but expose your position with campfire smoke. Yeah, that could be cool. That's cool. Maybe shoots a little healing, lingering regen. That's cool. Elliot, watching in class? No. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Another thing I'm wanting to do, and I know I'm bouncing all over the place, but I'm just wanting to throw a lot of ideas out there. And you guys are giving some great ones. Yeah, fireworks can definitely be a thing. And I think we're definitely going to have like fireworks with crossbows. I think that's a nice, dangerous weapon. I'm thinking with food. The way I'd like to balance the food is, and I managed this with Survival of the Fittest. The other ones that I did is like make it to where nobody's going to starve. Nobody's going to die from starving. But you gotta, it's scarce. Which would make regen a little tougher. Like I think I had bandages is how you recover health. So maybe food is more like bandages, where it's like if you take damage, berry bushes for food, yeah, but you could camp berry bushes a little bit. I guess that'd be really boring. Nobody on Hermitcraft would do that. Plant berries around, maybe. We'll see. The move and smoke effect can cause a trail of high smoke where you move so similar to footsteps. I can only stay up for a minute. What? The move and smoke effect can make a trail of high smoke where you move. Yes. I will think about that. XP bottle med kit? No, it's got to work vanilla. It's all got to be kind of vanilla. And if I'm understanding probably, like that would be good for tools. Repairing tools and stuff, but yeah, no. The more I'm looking at this field, the more I'm liking it. I think it's cool. 40.99 from Fitevin. I finally got my 2-year-old and 4-year-old down to bed and found this happy stream. Not of how much I needed this. I actually might. I don't want to demean how much you needed it, but yeah, my girls are 12 and 10, and putting them down to bed is still a chore. So I know the difficulties a little bit. You aspire to be a parent and watch Minecraft streams? Word. Yeah, that's cool. I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I'm liking where we're at right now. Some ideas. Some ideas. I don't think, okay, I want to throw this out to you guys. I don't think this is possible, but I did have a thing where you could sneak up behind somebody and handcuff them. And then it froze their UI completely, like they couldn't do anything. And you could pick them up and carry them. And I don't think that's going to be possible without really slowness, blindness potions. Is there a blindness potion? There's a blindness suspicious stew. Let's drink of this. I'm blind. I'm totally blind. Grenade launchers to launch potions. So, I mean, we have, yeah. I am thinking I want to lean very hard into tipped arrows. And yeah, is this the Turtle Master one? That's the Turtle Master. But it's very short. It's very short. Slowness 4. Wardens? Height and builds would be really interesting with tipped arrows. Yeah, it's something that I'm toying with. I think I might have to run some like tests. Here we go again. That's very short. Very short. Turtle. "20 seconds. Slowness 6. That could be cool. That could be cool. That could be cool. How far can you throw this? Hey. Let's go. Oh, am I back in creative? Yeah. All right, let me do my thing. 35. Not very far. I guess just regular slowness. Slowness. Just a regular. What's that like? It's a little slower. That could be a thing if tipped arrows. I'm thinking tipped arrows to like if you see somebody, yeah, because I'm kind of going off of the comment somebody said that the height elevations thing. So if there's a tower that you're able to post up in higher than this, and you could hit somebody with a slowness arrow and then go chase them down, that could be cool. That could be cool. This is what I'm talking about for moments. That's great thinking. That's great thinking, because that's one of those things. It's not just combat, which maybe it'll just evolve into that anyway. Maybe just people will just go to the sword or axe and just fight. But stuff like that can create moments. Cobweb? I'm going to put that down because people do use that in PvP. Just so I remember. Pants McCoy, thank you very much for the $5. So excited to see the finished map from Attack of the B Team. What? I'm almost done with it. Almost done. Yeah, I tried crossbow fireworks. Unfortunately, they don't go. I'll do them. But they don't go further than like a regular arrow. They go just as far. Spectral arrows, definitely. Yep, that'll be easy to get hands on. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Seabart, thank you very much for the 200. Dub's been watching you since your comeback in season 6. Loving your vids. How's your brother Bo doing? That's my cousin. My cousin Bo. He's out trucking. He's out trucking. Thank you very much for that very kind donation and for being around all this time. B-Dubs, where are you going to put the horse stables and spears? Yeah, so I'm thinking horse. Here's what I'm thinking for horses. Is maybe just a couple of them. Lead it up somewhere. But no saddle. No saddle. And you got to find a saddle. And then you got to find a spear. Because I think that's pretty lethal. I think saddle and spear. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'd have to mess with that. But I think that would be very, very deadly. Put on. It's a slow horse, but it does a lot of damage. I think. And this is with like no enchants on. And it's easy. It's so easy. Yeah, there's not even any sharpness on this. So I think that'll be like, if somebody pulls that off, that's big. Stone spear, maybe? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I'll hide the diamond sharpness 5 spear right where I know where it is. And then I'll just go right to it. I'll go get the saddle and then I can't play. I actually can't play. No, I can't play. No, I think I'll probably have to spectate. You had books? Yeah, I am thinking actually, for most of the gear, it's all unenchanted. And you got to get books and enchant it at a fairly obvious place. Like, obviously a blacksmith. Maybe a couple blacksmith possibilities. Another way to draw people together. Oh, the gun guide. Okay, so you did just watch it recently. Yeah, One of the loot pieces I had in Survival of the Fittest was a gun guide that basically like, and I made it in a Minecraft book. And it was a Minecraft book you could find as loot. And it would just tell you if your gun is like good with accuracy or range or power and how good in those stats. What's up, Deborah? Yeah, books. Oh, bottles of enchanting. Yeah, I guess that would be necessary for combining. You have to have a way to get XP, right? Yeah. Right. You think it'd be fine if I played? It'd be kind of similar to how Grian plays in the Life series, even though he's obviously has more knowledge than the other players. Yeah. 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 Like Tango doesn't really play decked out, you know. He more so spectates it. And I could do that. You know, it's like I'm getting the content of making the whole thing. Like making all this stuff will create content. So I'm getting that out of it. And then if I just watch it, I would love to just watch it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I could easily play it and just kind of just be a little more just play dumb, you know. I might know where great stuff is, but just yeah. Got to watch a beat up. Yeah, actually I have to. Cuz I did that the last time. Although I didn't know where all the loot was. I knew where good stuff was. Okay. So I knew where good stuff was, but it was so risky that I had to kind of build up to it. So in Survival of the Fittest, in the middle of the map, I had like an airplane hangar and runway. Boy, this is small. This is pretty small. Might have to extend out a little bit, but it was just, there were zombie spawners. It was very difficult. And the loot in it was really good, and you could get a plane or a helicopter or something, but it was just like a big risk to go there. So maybe that sort of flow would be good, to where it's like, oh, even though I know where the good stuff is, I can't just jump to it. Maybe that requires more game knowledge, though. Thank you for the 50 knock. What if you did the event like 3 times, with 1 time with teams, 1 time with special tasks for all the players? That's a cool idea. Let's just take a moment to appreciate the fact that we have not dropped any frames since my earlier blow up. And I kept it all together. And I kept streaming. Let this be a lesson to me. I do want to allow teaming in this too. I think that creates moments as well, where it has to come down to one person, but you could team up with somebody. I think this is something that's very, like, in all of these things, it's like you see somebody, you got to kill them. I think having the opportunity to team up with somebody is such good content, because the whole time you're with this person, you don't know if they're going to turn their back on you. They could kill you at any moment. But I wouldn't want it to be like Life series, where it's like groups form. I think it's going to have to move too fast for that. Like, it's like, oh, we've got like a group of... No, it's like you run into somebody and you team up with them, I think the tension through that moment would be so interesting. Completely agree. Yeah. But in Fortnite, teaming is frowned upon. In this, I think it would be cool. Barb, did Barb just get here? Oh, it's past your bedtime, you said. Yeah. It's past mine as well. How good did I do? An hour 40. That's not bad. Let me check something real quick. This is not a for sure shut it down, okay? That was fruitful. I found fruit there. I can't do it. I know I froze. Next stream, I am going to, in my next video, I'm going to, Great Pavine, thank you so much. I'm so handsome. That's so sweet of you. Next stream, I am going to have my wedge, my iron, and I'm going to have all my stuff. I'm going to make my own trident clubs for the golf course. And if Cub permits, I'm going to do a couple practice holes or a practice hole. I don't know. Maybe that's spoiler. Lad Drawing, thank you very much for the 10. FXoons, thank you for the 10. If you do pre-made teams, use banners for capture the flag. Keep up the good work. Oh, that's a cool, different mode, but cool. Dark, thanks for the 31. Appreciate it. 31 months. New video when? I'm working on it. I think the next thing I have to do is either a shop on Hermitcraft, visual progress on Survival of the Fittest, some sort of building or style, which I have some ideas. Rin, thanks so much for 45. You amazing. Beat up, so excited for this project. Would you ever consider making a full modded server for Survival of the Fittest or Flyboys? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. There were so many mods that made Flyboys and Survival of the Fittest. I mean, it was mainly that helicopter mod. I don't know if anybody could make something like that again. I'll have to look at it. It was so far ahead of its time, and I don't think anything's even come close since. That was so fun. I still play with those guys. Schism, former Hermitcraft member, Pungence, my brother, and Jay, Wolves at My Door. We were all Flyboys members. We just played Gamble with Your Friends the other night. Friend Slop game, I guess is what it's called. This was my favorite series, the first go around. Glad to see it making a return. Thank you for sharing your life with us, friend. Thank you very much, Cody King. Appreciate it. Thanks for the $9.99. But yeah, Jason the nicest. Yeah. It was really fun. I don't recommend anybody play Gamble with Your Friends. It'll make you think that you got a system, and it'll make you want to run to the casino, and then you'll lose all your money. Have I seen Project Hail Mary yet? No, but I've had it recommended to me a couple times. With Handsome Man, Ryan Gosling. Yeah, I think so. Schism was the first person to make you a moderator? No way. That's crazy. Man, Schism and my brother back in the day in Hermitcraft, maybe it was season 2 of Hermitcraft, it was the Wild West back then, and they tried to prank Hypno. Hypno made a house made out of wood, and they wanted to prank him for some reason, and they know nothing about Minecraft, and they tried hooking up a tripwire to a dispenser with fire charges in it, and they tested it, and they burned his house to the ground, and then spent like a half hour trying to put it out, and then just left. And I think they just left a sign like pranked you or something. Like it was rough. You know, we were all kind of learning the on the internet. Now we know things get lost in communication. You really have to communicate your intent with people. And if you really don't communicate your intent, it's just left up to assumption. And I don't think they communicated their intent. Oh, but it's still funny. It's still funny. Just, you know. Oh. But anyway, yeah, poor Hypno. Poor Hypno. Imagine. This back then, we didn't have Lightmatica. It would take forever to get the wood blocks and stuff. But then they held a stream. My brother and Schism are the greatest guys, just so you know. They are great guys. It was just a mistake. There's Pungence right there. It was a trap to light him on fire with a dispenser. That's it. That's it. Yeah, you wanted him to walk in like the bucket of water falling on his head. But it was fire. That's Pungy. That's my brother. World famous YouTuber. Got more subs than me. Yerk. No, I love him so much. But gone wrong. Yeah. But they I think, didn't you guys build it all back together? Or you like collected materials for him or something? You tried to make up for it. You sweeties. Oh, what a good brother. Joe, I don't know when we're going to golf. We're getting El Nino'd out of this week. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Options are plenty. But anyway, guys, you rebuilt it. That's good. That's going to do it. I feel like we accomplished nothing. We kind of did accomplish nothing. We talked with nobody. We had no funny moments, but we did. Well, we did. We didn't physically accomplish anything on the server, but we did accomplish some good thoughts and directions. And I will not ignore you. I will listen to your wiseness, and you guys got me thinking about a lot of things. Bye? Wait, what? Hey, I'm still talking. No, don't stop saying bye. No, hey, no. I'm talking still. You can say goodbye after there's a momentum that slows down, and it's like, all right, everybody, thanks so much. I love you to death. And then it's like we start, okay, bye. No, stop, guys, please. Okay, then, bye. Screw you, okay, bye. Bye, everybody. Bye. Will this end abruptly? I don't care. Bye. Stop streaming. End stream.